I'm Kasem. Rising back up a notch to number 11 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins says when he's performing, he undergoes a personality transformation. Sometimes he has what he calls a Sarah McLachlan moment. He says, I just feel all groovy when I'm singing, sort of picking away on my Martin guitar. But then there are times when he's feeling a bit more masculine, what he calls his Clash moments. He says, when we're out front banging on our guitars.
The hits from coast to coast.
Easing down 2 notches to number 13 is a song with lyrics written by former college literature major Stephan Jenkins. He says that what he likes to write about is the friction between people.
American Top 40.
For Kasem, I'm Steve Streit. Now we're up to the song Jumper. It's by a band who says that early in their career they had trouble landing jobs, not because they didn't play well enough, but because they played too well. Stephan Jenkins, the leader of this San Francisco band, says that when they were first starting out, they ran into a bunch of weird rules that just about every club seemed to adhere to. He says, quote, to play guitar badly was a requirement. Also, you had to sing while you looked at the ground. And what you had to sing about was industrial strength, self-imposed angst. That's not what we did, so no one would hire us. Stephan says that he and his band went through some bad times trying to get hired in a town where his sound just didn't seem to fit. But luckily, in time, everything changes. Clubgoers began to look for something new, and this band was standing in the wings, just waiting. A decade or so later, they're not waiting anymore. Their sound is hot. So hot it's given them 2 number 1 songs, Semi-Charmed Life and this recent number 1. At number 9 this week, here's Third Eye Blind with Jumper.
I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
These are the biggest hits by the hottest stars. Falling 4 notches to number 21 is Stephan Jenkins, a songwriter who's put his college degree in English to good use. Stephan says, it helps me edit. Sometimes I write 11 pages of lyrics for a song, when it should be 1 page. It helps me narrow things down. Narrowing things down to a hit, here's Stephan and his band Third Eye Blind with Never Let You Go. And holding steady at number 28 is Third Eye Blind. Lead singer Stephan Jenkins says the group's live show, quote, straddles the line between theater and magic and the hard-hittingness of bands like The Clash, unquote.
American Top 40.
Hi, this is Kasem. Last week on AT40, the band Third Eye Blind returned to the survey after nearly a 3-year absence. They're back in with a song about the pain of lost love called Blinded When I See You. Now can Third Eye Blind repeat the success of their number 1 smashes, Semi-Charmed Life and Jumper? We'll find out as we bring you the music, the stars, and their stories on American Top 40 from the premier radio networks. Well, now we're up to the song Blinded When I See You by a band whose lead singer began his career as a lead talker. Stephan Jenkins is a leader of the group Third Eye Blind, and he got his start in alternative music in San Francisco. And in his case, it wasn't just alternative, it was right on the edge. One of his earliest acts was called Puck and Zen. Stephan says it wasn't so much a musical act as a concept with music. Or, as he likes to describe it, quote, an acoustic hip-hop thing. Puck and Zen consisted of a DJ randomly sampling music and sound effects in the background. Stephan stood at the microphone in the foreground and talked, and talked, and talked. What did he talk about? Well, he says it was a stream of consciousness type of thing. He just talked about whatever came into his head. Stephan says it was part beatnik poetry reading from the 50s mixed with the fast-rising rap and hip-hop style. Stephan says no 2 performances were the same, and for him, it was an interesting experiment. But in time, he moved into the world of making real music. This week, Stephan's singing on the song that moves up 3 notches to number 37 on AT40. Here's Third Eye Blind with Blinded When I See You.
American Top 40.